Hi guys, Forgotten Wolf here, and this is my 2025 NFL mock draft. So, let's begin. Number one pick, I'm going to say the Tennessee Titans are going to select Cam Ward, quarterback out of Miami. They've had 2 interviews with him. I think this is a very solid pick. They need a quarterback to replace Will Levis. Browns, they need to pitch about everything. They could go for Cam Ward, but he's not available, so Abdul Carter. Him and Myles Garrett would be a fearsome duo. Now, I had Shedeur Sanders in a previous mock draft that was recorded, but I had to delete it because of the Giants signed Russell Wilson. So instead, I'm going to go Travis Hunter. Giants could need some help, and there's no... So in this Patriots, who just signed Stephon Diggs, they're left in a bit of a pickle. Pause. I don't think this is definitely a Shedeur Sanders, but I don't think anyone's trading up for him. So I'm gonna go for the other offensive tackle, Will Campbell, which still means Mason Graham slides there to the Jags. The Raiders are in an interesting spot. I think I'm gonna go for my first trade. The Las Vegas Raiders are trading with. Okay, this won't load. Are trading with the Chicago Bears. Now, why, you may ask? Oh, I clicked. The Bears need a tackle, and if you look at the board, after Armand Menbu and Calvin Banks, there's not much, and the Bears previously, Saints and Jets needed a tackle, so they could be getting spooked. So Armand Menbu goes to the Bears, sorry, I can't speak, and Calvin Banks goes to the Jets. Next is the Panthers. They need some help on the edge. They try to sign Milton Williams, so I'm going to get them at Javon Walker. The Saints, they're screwed. Their main targets got poached, and this is kind of feels like maybe a straight up spot for a quarterback. But who would want Shedeur? Who would want Shedeur? That's an interesting question. Yeah, the Saints are going to roll with Derek Carr, but I think their backup option will be Shamir Stewart, edge rusher at Texas A&M. And I think the Raiders are targeting Tedero McMillan or Tyler Warren. I'm going to go McMillan because they need wideout more. They could go for Genty, but I don't think so. Niners just need just about every position after getting gutted in free agency. So I'm going to go replacement for Charvarius Ward and Will Johnson out of Michigan, although I could see Mikael Williams. The Cowboys, it wouldn't make sense to take a running back here, but they're the Cowboys, so Sean Genty is the pick. The Dolphins lost Javon Holland in free agency, and with no real tackles left, I think Malachi Starks is the obvious pick here. Tyler Warren, I think that the Colts need some weapons for Daniel Jones or Anthony Richardson. Now, I would potentially go edge rusher, but the Falcons hate edge rushers. So I'm going to go J.D. Barron, a pickup for the defense. And even though the Cardinals signed Josh Sweat, they still need help on the defense side of the ball. So Mikael Williams is the pick. Next is the Bengals. I think they're going to go another edge rusher, Mike Green, out of Marshall, because this could be a replacement or a supplement to Trey Hendrickson. Next to Seahawks, they need help on the line. So Tyler Booker is the pick here. The Bucks, I think Jody Campbell is the pick because they could use a linebacker with Levante David getting old. Devin White no longer on the team. Now, this could be a potential spot for a trade-up. So Steelers definitely picking quarterback there. And the Rams are approaching the end of the Matthew Stafford era, but I don't think they go quarterback. I don't see any of these teams really going quarterbacks, but I will go with a trade-up. Here. It is the Baltimore Ravens trading up with the Denver Broncos because the Ravens could use help at edge or corner, whatever they desire. And with the Chargers, Packers, and Rams ahead of them, they could be looking at trading up. So I'm going to go edge rusher James Pierce to help the Ravens out. And Shedeur Sanders falls in the draft to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Perfect fit for them. And with Dominic Ezerike taken, I'm actually going to go the Chargers taking Colston Loveland, tight end of Michigan. Jim Harbaugh worked with him, so I think this makes sense. There's no good corners available. The Packers need corner, wide receiver, although they signed Hardman. D lineman. This could be another trade-up spot, but I think they're going to go Kenneth Grant. He's the best available D lineman. And another trade-up. I'm going to go the Minnesota Vikings are trading with I don't know what I just did there. Are trading with the Philadelphia Eagles. The Vikings, look, they could use some picks as you can see there. And the Eagles, Harrisman's been flirting with the idea of trading around. So a trade does make sense here, and they're gonna go replacement for CJ Gardner-Johnson, Nick Amonwarye. And the Texans, they kind of need help on the line. Best available line, Josh Simmons. Rams, they could use a corner. Not a hell of a lot of good ones available. So offensive tackle, I think, is the pick here. So Josh Cornley. And Walter Nolan to the Broncos. And Derek Harmon to the Lions, as they need help on the D-line bad. Which leaves the Commanders getting Dominic Ezerike. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. And the big loser here are the Bills. This could be a trade down spot, but since this doesn't allow me to trade down with teams out of the first round, I think this is best. I think this might be best available player. So Matthew Golden. And then the Chiefs lost Joe Tooney, so they get a replacement, Gabe Zabel. The final pick of the draft, Minnesota Vikings select Maxwell Harrison. They could use a corner. All right, well, thank you guys for watching. Bye.